Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's March 4th. Who else has had a rough couple of days? Just me? Okay. Well, here you go. Let's do some headlines. I'll just go through the headlines, let you know what my thoughts are here. First one, Trump pauses military aid to Ukraine after clash with Zelensky. So the Oval Office situation with J.D. Vance, Mr. Trump, and President Zelensky, it was pretty awful. I would say that's going to go down top 5 all-time horrible situations or biggest fails from an American president ever, right? So that was pretty awful. And so Trump now pausing military aid, that's unconstitutional. Mr. Trump, I think, really doesn't care what his role is in the Constitution, and that Article 1 that sets out Congress and what they're supposed to do sets out that they, control the money. So, I mean, it's kind of being a jerk to the Constitution. If I was the Constitution as a person, I'd probably be giving him a little bit of a smack upside the head and saying, hey, you're not listening to me. Congress said, give them money. So give them the money. That's the oath you took to faithfully follow the rules in the Constitution. And withholding military aid that's already been designated by Congress, yeah, that's unconstitutional. We'll see what happens. Next up, U.S. tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China take effect, opening the door to a painful situation. Yeah, it's going to be painful. We've explained tariffs over and over and over again. We've done it. Ferris Bueller's done it. I don't know, Schoolhouse Rock has been interpreted to do it multiple times. So, we told everybody what's going to happen. Now it's going to happen. So good luck to the farmers. Good luck to anyone struggling. And I mean good luck, because I did what I needed to do in order to survive. I'm an ant. When it's the ants versus the grasshoppers, I'm an ant. And the grasshoppers are, the jerks that said, well, we don't care about tariffs, or we're going to actually believe what Mr. Trump says about tariffs. So I'm an ant, and the grasshoppers will suffer. And yeah, so there's that. Next up, we've got several things happening with the U.S. Supreme Court today. We should be getting one decision, maybe a couple decisions. We don't know exactly until we go in and see how many boxes there are. And so we should be getting a decision today, but also we've got oral arguments. So the headline is Mexico faces off with U.S. pew-pew makers at the Supreme Court. I hate that word pew-pew, but we do what we have to over here, right? On the talk. We've had some troubles holding the pew-pew makers accountable for making, really bad pew-pews and not regulating, right? So if you're making dynamite or explosives or plutonium, there's rules and regulations, right, on who can sell, who can buy, and some industry standards. But not the same for the pew-pews. So Mexico's like, your pew-pews are coming into our country, and we need to hold the makers accountable. So we're going to sue you. Oral arguments for the Supreme Court today on it, and it's very interesting. We had the Crumbly case that came down where 2 parents were held accountable for their kid doing some unaliving with a pew-pew in a high school, and that was groundbreaking, because holding parents accountable has been kind of an issue. The more people held accountable, the more likely it is that these unalivings are going to be reduced. Some people may say, well, we don't want any regulations. To that I say, well, we've had regulations until 2012, because that's when the Second Amendment was incorporated to the states. So pretty much the entire existence of our country, we've had regulations. So I don't feel too sorry for you. I'm a little spicy today. It's been a rough couple of days. Next, bill to ban trans athletes from girls and women's sports teams fail to advance in Congress. Yeah, so yeah, hashtag civil rights are a thing. And it's such a small percentage of people being affected. It's not a small percentage? Veterans. Veterans who need help, veterans who have served our country honorably and are now at a point where they need some help. You know what's not coming for them? Help. Yeah. So this little tiny group of people that's being targeted as for the reason why Republicans can't make good choices. I have no doubt more legislation will try to be going through Congress regarding this. There's about maybe 10 lawsuits right now on the closet docket suing the Trump administration regarding civil rights violations for trans people. Keep an eye on it, and it's going to literally be one bill at a time that gets set up and then knocked down. Next screen is local news, and I don't want to hear anything about that. I'm in a red state as a little teeny tiny blue dot, and my state is tanking. So I don't want to know what's going on locally right now. I can't deal with it. Let's get back to the feds. Let's swing by Fox News, for funsies. First, where the president stands with Americans on top issues ahead of joint address to Congress. So the State of the Union is set out in Article 2 that the president's supposed to give a State of the Union to, the Union. That is going tonight. I'm not going to watch that because I don't have to. And there may be a time in the future where I'm legally obligated to watch that. And then maybe vote on what's going to happen to different people in that house, meaning, are they going to have to go through a maze? Are they going to have to go into the tiger cage? There may be a point in the future where I'm required to do that, as well as everyone else in my house. And, we'll hit a button to make choices. But until that day comes, I'm using my right as an American as of today, the 4th of March, to say, I'm not going to watch that crap because it's just too depressing. So what am I going to do tonight? I don't know. I might just go live, everyone. We're still on Fox News. Just a couple more here because I haven't had enough coffee. Democrats planning to stage various protests during Trump's speech to Congress. Duh. Step up to the plate, Democrats. You're the little scrappers. You've got it in you to step up to the plate and make some noise. All right? If you want to sit in the background, it's not going to work out for you well. As someone who was voted into office, step up, make some noise. All right? Can you change anything? I don't know. Do you have to have bipartisan support to get anything done? Probably. But do you need the Republicans in order to make some noise and make things uncomfortable and gum up the process? No, you don't. You could just do that on your own. Ask anybody. Next, Fox News. Sobering reminder about a modern obsession that let viral mom hide horror. So this is that Ruby case with that mom, the YouTube mom. Horrible situation with how she treated her kids. And it went on for a long time. This entire case is just atrocious. She pled guilty, which, well done you, but you still caused a heck of a lot of harm. There are some mini series is being posted right now. I'm not sure where, but going into her story, the background and then the full story, and her husband or ex-husband's been interviewed and so on. But this is a really awful story, and I think it's really highlighting a huge problem that really doesn't get enough press. We have here something so horrific that people are noticing, but it worries me to see what's actually happening to other families that are in a similar situation but haven't been caught yet. And last headline, because we got to move on. Again, we're on Fox here, all right? Serbian lawmakers throw smoke grenades and tear gas in parliament. Looks like Serbia's upset about some stuff. This has been brewing for a while. Just a friendly reminder to say we're not the only place that's screwed up right now. There are a lot of problems going off in the entire world. So sending you thoughts and prayers, Serbia. Yikes. And there you have it. Quick overview of headlines for today, which is Tuesday, March 4th. Yikes. I'll see you all very soon.